distract your mind. It all comes down to discipline. Trick your brain. You telling your brain what you can and what you can't have. That's what this comes down to. Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Pooja. If you're new here, I create beauty and lifestyle content all across Instagram, TikTok, and of course YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about how I dropped 20 pounds from the months of September, October, and November, and I do owe a lot of it to the challenge called 75 Hard. But wait, before you click out of this video, I'm going to show you guys how I modified it because personally, 75 Hard is really, really hard. I made my challenge way more sustainable and something that I've actually turned into a lifestyle, so I really wanted to share with you guys. So here's exactly what you're gonna do if you want to be in the best shape of your life for 2025. Really quickly, I want to go over the original 75 Hard and I want to go over what I did as part of my 75 Hard. Okay, the original 75 Hard has a diet with no cheat meals and no alcohol. You have to drink a gallon of water per day, 2 45-minute workouts per day, 1 has to be outside, 10 pages of nonfiction reading per day, and take a progress picture every single day. Okay, so what I did was I tracked my calories. I only ate 1,200 calories a day. I was on a diet, but my diet essentially was no fast food and no outside drinks as much as I could, and no alcohol too. If you don't know why the no alcohol part is in there, it's because alcohol really slows down the fat loss process in your body. I did 1 60-minute workout a day, and I chose that to be inside. I wasn't gonna go outside. I live in Canada. It's freezing cold outside. I finished eating by 8 p.m. and I did do a mini intermittent fast, which I'll explain in another tip. I did green tea every single night. I took a progress picture every single day, and I did aim for no sweets. In terms of reading the 10 pages of nonfiction a day, I actually did do that because I'm doing my master's right now, so I have to read so many papers all the time. If you can't do this, that's okay. Honestly, it's mainly just to manage the discipline that this challenge actually requires. But let's get into my 5 best tips to help you get in the best shape of your life. Tip number 1 is finding a workout that works for you. Personally, I'm not a gym girl at all, and if you're someone like that too, if you're not comfortable with the gym, if you've never really gone to a gym before or anything like that, I will always tell you the easiest thing that you can do is walk. In the beginning of my 75 Hard, it was still warm outside, so I used to go on walks around my neighborhood. As the weather got worse and as I got lazier because it got colder outside, I decided that going on the treadmill was the best thing to do. So the only workout that I did for majority of my 75 Hard was the 12-3-30 workout on the treadmill. Only 30 minutes on the treadmill, incline 12, and speed 3. 12-3-30 is not an easy challenge on the treadmill either, so please don't think that it is. Start off with an incline at maybe 3, 4, or 5. You can still do 30 minutes, or if you want to do 45 minutes or an hour, like I think I did 45 minutes whenever I did my incline at 6. Working out at home, I would sometimes do it in my PJs. I would be watching a show, you know. Now, if you don't own a treadmill at home, that's perfectly okay. You can actually get a walking pad. Walking pads are about like $100 to $300 depending on how nice you want to get them. Some of them you can even incline. Tip number 2 is to start gradually. Now, there is a 75 soft and a 75 hard. Personally, I was like, I want to go full-fledged in. I don't want to do 75 soft. Like, I can do 75 hard, whatever. Literally like 2 days into this, I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. Like, there's no way that I'm gonna do this for the next 3 months of my life, which is why I ended up modifying it. And that's why I think that that is what is important. Modifying the 75 Hard to match your lifestyle, what you do in your day, how much time you have, that is what's important. It all comes down to telling yourself that you're just doing a challenge, but it does come down to the fact of what you can do per day and actually sustain. Number 3 is to drink as much water as you can. This is so overused. I know I don't want you to hear about it again, but you gotta drink water because that literally tricks your brain into thinking that you're full. So you get less hungry, you're suffering less essentially. Guys, do you know how many people have told me that my skin is glowing after this 75 Hard? And that's, I swear, because of the water intake. Another thing that I would do to trick myself and my brain is if I ever got hungry at a time that I wasn't technically supposed to be eating, I would ask myself, do you want carrots and cottage cheese right now? And if I didn't want it, then that genuinely meant that I wasn't hungry and I would just drink water. And after you drink water, your brain literally thinks that you ate. So you forget about the food. Tip number 4 for food, you're gonna wanna do a intermittent fast and obviously eat in a calorie deficit. There's a billion videos on how to calculate your calorie deficit. I just went to this website here and I subtracted a certain amount of calories. I don't remember, but I was eating 1,200 calories in comparison to my maintenance calories. And I think that might have been 400 to 600 calories less than my maintenance calories. In terms of the mini intermittent fast that I would do is basically I wouldn't eat anything until 10 a.m., which was pretty bad because I'd be up at like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. and you get hungry in the morning. I would stop eating around 7, 8 p.m. Of course, being in school, I would have late nights and stuff, so sometimes it gets hard, but I would just try my best to eat up until 8 p.m. so that way I would prolong the amount of time that I wasn't eating. Obviously, if you can do a tighter schedule and eat for less amount of time, that is so much better. Intermittent fasting schedules generally look like you're only eating from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. and that's your window of eating. So honestly, I was really giving myself some grace here, eating from 10 to 8 p.m. But again, whatever works for you is what you have to do. So when you're intermittent fast, basically your body is using the fat that's already stored to energize your body, and that way it's not depending on new food that's coming in. The last and final tip is to trick your brain. I know I've been talking a lot about tricking your brain, but honestly, a lot of this is very much psychological. But here you really want to trick your brain into thinking that this is your life. This is your lifestyle. This is what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. So there's no negotiation on what you're doing. When I started thinking about it like that, I would stop craving and I would stop feeling bad about having like one cheat meal out of the entire week. It helps you obtain your goal in the healthiest way and in the honestly quickest amount of time. Sometimes when you're pushing yourself too much, it ends up just prolonging everything because you're fighting with yourself on like, what do I eat? I want to eat this, I have this craving, whatever. Obviously, I just want to say that the only thing that's not maintainable is eating 1,200 calories or eating in your deficit. That's not healthy to be eating in a deficit 24/7. Eventually, you do have to go back to your maintenance calories. But everything else like workouts, drinking water, green tea, taking progress pictures, reading, whatever it might be that's part of your 75 hard is very much maintainable and you can do in your everyday life. It also promotes a very healthy and balanced lifestyle, I will say that. I just want to end up the video by saying that truly the 75 hard is just a mentality. I've said this time and time again, but I need you to reiterate it to yourself as well. It's not just a diet, it's not just a workout thing. It is genuinely you telling your brain what you can and what you can't have and tricking your brain into thinking that this is how it's gonna be for the rest of your life. It all comes down to discipline, right? Not only are you disciplining yourself in the health lifestyle, I honestly saw so many changes in the way that I would do everything in my daily life and how I was able to control myself. Genuinely, when it came to food, you guys, I felt like there was a point where I never had enough self-control, specifically with sweet foods. Also, I know I talked a lot about how you have to say that this is a lifestyle and this has to be maintainable for you. For me, the biggest coming to terms fact was the fact that I had to do this for the rest of my life. But once you come to terms with it, and I would say that it takes about a month for your body to even get used to it, because then later on you don't even get hungry and you don't even crave certain things. So first month is going to be the hardest no matter what. If you can push through that first month, you guys, you can do this for the rest of your life if you want to. You don't need to, but if you wanted to, you totally could. So once you are done the 75 hard, I think it's super important to even just take like a week if you're not at your goal weight yet, just to celebrate that you have finished something that people have not been able to finish, you know? The 75 hard challenge or the 75 soft challenge actually went viral because of how difficult it was for people to do. So if you're able to do that, give yourself a pat on the back, take yourself out for a dinner, have a drink, do whatever you want to do, because you deserve to celebrate these things, and that is the way and the key actually in making this a maintainable thing. I know some of you guys were asking me about my personal goals and what I want to do with this next. So for me, in January with the new year, I'm going to be starting the 75 hard again. I'm not at my goal weight yet, and I do want to drop another couple pounds. I'm going to be doing it until my birthday, which my birthday is April 30th. So it's way more than 75 days, but that's okay. I told you guys that this is a lifestyle for me, so even past my birthday, it's not like I'm gonna be not eating healthy. Trust me, you guys, I'm confident in both you and I that we can have the best bodies for 2025. I really hope that you get your dream body, but please remember that a dream body is a healthy body, and the only way to do that is if you're losing weight in a healthy way. So with all of that talking, thank you guys so much for watching. I wish all of you the best of luck with your workout journeys. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already if you want to see more beauty and lifestyle content from me, and make sure to follow me on all of my platforms. Everything will be linked below. Trust me, you guys, I believe in you. A lot can change in 75 days, and your body is about to be one of them.